What is our final main topic today?
All right, guys. Last one up is from Jorah, the Friend Zone. George George R.R. Martin wrote in his blog a great send-off message for the Game of Thrones series. But something interesting I noticed was when he said that one of the show writers, Brian Cogman, will actually be working on the new Amazon Lord of the Rings show. We knew he signed a big deal with Amazon last year, but I believed this is the first we've heard of this aspect. Thoughts?
Yeah, so Cogman, who has been a producer and a writer since day one on Game of Thrones. He was right there from the beginning, an executive producer, a writer on it. To make this transition going from here over to Lord of the Rings, apparently he's going to be like a supervising consultant over on the new Lord of the Rings show, which means they're taking that show really seriously, as if we didn't already know that from the fact that they were putting $1 billion into this series. If that didn't already tell you they were serious, looking at this type of talent there. Now, it makes sense. George R.R. Martin has always said that a lot of his inspiration for Game of Thrones has come from Lord of the Rings. So to have that type of a connection only kind of makes sense to me. I'll tell you what, Rob, I don't know if there's anything else that could get me more hyped for this series. I love that they're going to the Second Age. I love the world of Middle Earth. Amazon has already proved they're very, very serious about this program, putting the type of money that they're in, and now going out and getting this type of behind-the-scenes talent. I think this speaks a lot to their confidence in it, to their dedication to it. And I've always said, look, if you're a studio and you're not going to show confidence or dedication to your property, why should I as an audience member? But if you do show that stuff, you're going to get me excited. This has me excited. What do you make of all this?
I'm excited. I mean, I think it's a case where somebody looks into who can we get that's going to be the best person to help realize this, manage the incredible mythology, manage the dense literary material. And one of the things that the Lord of the Rings series doesn't have going for it is they can't use the original books because we've already seen those, and they're dealing, as you pointed out, with the Second Age.
Right.
And we did get a glimpse of the Second Age. Fellowship of the Ring opens with the end of the Second Age, which was the first War of the Ring. And I think there's so much great material to be mined, and a lot of it is going to do with all of the incredible, voluminous amounts of backstory that Tolkien wrote. And I think Brian, this guy is a great one to sort of distill it down into its component parts. And I think it's a great hire, and I'm looking forward to it. I know people at the great Tolkien website, theonering.net, somebody was being a little snarky about his hire, but I think it's still a good choice.
Yeah, I don't know what there is to be snarky about. Let's see. One of the executive producers and writers of probably the most iconic, successful television show of all time is now coming over to work on this. I think that's pretty good news. Ashley, let me ask you, as somebody who's watched Game of Thrones and you've watched Lord of the Rings, what do you think about this? Do you think this sounds like it's too similar of material? Why just go from this to that? I'd rather see him do something completely different. Or do you think this is just a really good fit? How do you look at it as an audience member?
I think it's a great fit. I don't think that he needs to reinvent the wheel. If he's good at a certain type of genre, then he should continue on that genre. He's giving us great material, and I think he'll continue to do that. And I didn't read the Lord of the Rings books. I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings person, but I'll definitely tune in to watch this show, and I think it'll be great with that caliber of a writer behind it.
So what do you guys think about that? Do you think this bodes very well for the Lord of the Rings program? Does it give you some apprehension? Jump down in the comments section or into the super chat and let us know what you think.